Okay, let's start out with a brief lesson about subject pronouns in English. Subject pronouns are what their name suggests. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun, and subject pronouns are pronouns that can be subjects of a sentence. In English, we have the words I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So our subject pronouns in English are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Now in Spanish we have coordinating words for each of these English words as well as some additional subject pronouns. In Spanish we say yo for the word I, tu with an accent mark for you, we say él with an accent mark for he, ella with an accent mark for she, and usted for the formal version of the word you. Okay, so as you can see in Spanish we have more than one word for you. We have an informal word, tu, like if you were saying you have a car to your friends, you would say tú tienes un carro. But if you were saying you have a car to Mr. Worley, the principal of the school, or just to an elder in your life that you show extra respect to, you would use the word usted. So if you said you have a car to one of them, you would say usted tiene un carro. Additionally, we have the word nosotros, is the Spanish word for we. Ellos or ellas. I only wrote out the word ellos for sake of space, but ellas is also a word in Spanish that refers to they, as in a group of all females. So generally you're going to use the word ellos because that can refer to all males or a mixed crowd. Then in Spanish we have another word for you. It's ustedes, and this is the plural form of you. And in the South you generally hear people say y'all when they're referring to a plural you. But the correct grammar would just be you. If I wanted to tell the class you have homework tonight, I just use the word you, but I'm talking about more than one you. So in Spanish, if we're talking about more than one you, we would say ustedes instead of just usted. So now we see we have three different words that all mean you. We have tu, our informal, we have usted, our formal, and then we have ustedes, our plural form of the word. Now in Spanish we do something called conjugating. We conjugate verbs, and that is just a fancy word for saying we change verbs. We change a verb so that it matches up with its subject. For example, in English, if you take the word be, we don't use the verb be generally with any subject. We change it. We say I am, you are, he is, we are, they are. We don't say I be, you be, she be. Some people might say that, but that's not proper grammar. So what we do is we change the verb so that it coordinates with its subject. We do the same thing in Spanish. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first verb to conjugate. We're going to look at the verb tener. In Spanish, remember, all verbs are infinitives. An infinitive simply just means to plus a verb. So anytime you see a word that ends in an AR, ER, or IR in Spanish, it's a verb, but not only is it a verb, it's an infinitive. So it's going to mean to walk, to run, to eat, to drink, whatever the case may be. For this particular word, it means to have. So we have the verb to have. Okay, and the way that we conjugate this verb, if yo, or I, is the subject of the sentence, the form of the verb tener that we're going to use is tengo. So yo tengo means I have. If tu is the subject of the sentence, the form of the verb we're going to use is tienes, which would mean you have, informally. If the subject is él or ella or usted, the form of the verb we're going to use is tiene. So él tiene would be he has, ella tiene, she has, usted tiene would be you have, formal. We have nosotros. If that is the subject of the sentence, the form of tener that we're going to use is tenemos. And this would mean we have. Then if ellos or ellas or ustedes, if any of those are the subject of a sentence, then we're going to use tienen, which means they have or you have, plural. And again, to help you remember, I'm just including the word y'all, but it's just your plural you. Okay, your two assignments that we do, one in class and one is a homework assignment, but if you weren't here, these will be your makeup assignments, are page 23, activity 1, and page 68, activity 4. And these are just filling in the blank with the correct form of the verb tener. So what you need to do is identify your subject of the sentence. Is it yo? Is it nosotros? Is it Juan or Jose or Maria? In that case, you need to look. That would be the same as he or she. So you would use the he or she form of the verb, tiene. So make sure you write out the complete sentence, filling in the blank with the correct form of tener.